Reka ngo ikaze wahisemo gukurikira kamera za C4 TV. Uyu ni umwanya tugiye kubagezaho byinshi mwiteze muri iki gihe cyane cyane cy'amataxi. Reka ngewe ugiye ukuriye ikiganiro nitwa Fati James, ariko ndaza kuba ndi kumwe na Kevin araza kudufasha cyane cyane mu bumva ururimi rw'igiswahili, ndetse na Nante udufitiye byinshi cyane agiye kudusobanurira kubijyanye n'amataxi, kandi muraza gusobanukirwa mwese kuko iki gihe nicyo benshi muri mwe mu Rwanda no kujya kukuza amataxi yanyu mushaka amafaranga menshi cyangwa se mutazi n'ahantu mushobora gukorera uwemewe n'uyu ushobora kubagusha mu bibazo cyane cyane muhangana na leta bijyanye n'amataxi n'uyu nguyu. Adufite byinshi rero kandi muraza gusobanukirwa. Reka mpe Kevin umwanya mutubwire ndetse ikiganiro gikomeze, nkurarikiye kutava kuri kamera za C4 TV. Kevin umwanya no wawe.
Urakoze Fati, urakoze cyane. Maybe just to translate what you were just your introduction. Fati, Fati alikuwa anaongea kuhusu huyu mgeni tuko naye na hii program tuko naye leo. Huyu mgeni wetu tuko naye leo ni mgeni ambaye ataenda kutusaidia kuhusu hii matax, ndio tunaita matax. Yeye ni CPA, anafanya hii kazi miaka mingi sana, na anajua zaidi jinsi gani ya kutusaidia. Sasa tumeona kama shirika tumkaribishe hapa studio yetu ili akueleweshe vizuri, akujulishe vizuri nini inayoendelea, ili ukienda kupewa msaada wa kufanya mataxi kusiwe mtu atakudanganya. Tumeona hivi inaweza kutusaidia vizuri. Also, so welcome Ned.
Thanks Kevin, for having me.
Thank you so much. Huyu Ned is a CPA. He works for one of the local CPA firm. His focuses on taxation, and that's just I will just let him tell you exactly the company, but I call it DMLO. But that's the company that's local, and that's taxation for companies, for individual, for other people. He'll get into details with that. But we are so glad to have you in our studio.
Thank you.
Short notice, but I'm happy that you responded and you showed up and here with us today on your Saturday. So thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right. Just to tell you guys a little bit about myself, my name is Nate Littles. I'm a CPA and a tax supervisor at Deming, Malone, Livesay, and Ostroff. That's DMLO or DMLO CPAs here. We are a full-service accounting firm. We provide tax, audit, and assurance type services for small businesses, and then for the individuals who own them. My focus primarily is on taxation, and I have a team there. So I'm a supervisor. I have a couple people under me that I manage, and as we're gearing up here into tax season, we just kind of want to go over kind of the who, what, when, where, and why for tax filing this year.
Why don't we let Fati represent?
Yes, amaze kubibwira yabwiye kwitwa Nante Liro, kandi akaba akora kubijyanye n'amataxi. Nibyo we yibandaho, ndetse agakaba akorana na company yitwa DMLO ikora amataxi n'ibindi bitandukanye bijyanye n'amataxi. Ibibazo rero mufite araza kubisubiza, impungenge zose mufite, icyo ashatse kuvuga kugira ngo mumenye abangaba bakora amataxi neza cyangwa se ibibazo mwagira mwayibariza ahangaha. Umwanya rero reka tumuhe atubwire byinshi birambuye kubyerekanye n'amataxi kugira ngo twirinde kuba twajya ahatari ngombwa, ahubwo tumenye turakoresha amataxi ahanaha.
So just what we're going to cover today, just the who, what, when, where, and why. All right.
Hii ndo yenye tutaenda kuongea, au ndo vitu tutaenda kuongea kuhusu. Tutajifunza nani, wapi, au tutajifunza juu ya nini, au tutajifunza ni nini, vitu gani vya kupeleka ukienda kupewa hiyo msaada wa mataxi, na ni wapi utaenda fasi kwenye wanaweza kukusaidia zaidi.
Hari ibintu turaza kwibandaho cyangwa se araza kwibandaho by'ingenzi. Ahanini ninde ukoresha amataxi, uyakoresha ryari kubera iki ugiye gukoresha ku mataxi kuri uyu nguyu ndetse niki umushakaho ndetse urajya hehe kugira ngo ubone service cyangwa se baguhe ibi gahunda inoze ijyanye n'amataxi. You can go ahead.
So first, who must file a tax return? So any U.S. citizen whose gross income is greater than $12,500, which is the standard deduction, should file a tax return. We suggest that you file a tax return if you've made any payments to the IRS or any state government, or if you had any federal taxes or state taxes withheld from your tax return.
No kuvuga ninde noneho usaba cyangwa se usaba kugarurirwa amataxi ni wa muntu wakoreye amafaranga cyangwa se amadolari katwita amadolari ari hejuru y'ibihumbi 12,500 kandi ikingenzi akaba yarayakoreye yishyura leta amataxi no kuvuga ngo atanga imisoro yemewe muri leta.
Okay, yeye anamaanisha kuongea kuhusu nani mtu gani ambaye anapasha enda ku anapasha report ya matax, anapasha pewa nani saidiwa kuhusu ya matax. Ni mtu ambaye ameingiza 12,550 kwa mwaka. Ama ni mtu mmoja umeingiza pesa 12,550 kwa mwaka, hapo unapasha pewa msaada, unapasha enda kujaza vyako vya matax. Wala kama ni familia ni ya watu wawili mumeingiza 25,100 kama nyie ni familia, hapo unapasha enda kujaza vyako vya matax. Au wewe ni kichwa ya nyumba na umeingiza 18,800, hapo unapasha enda kujaza yako ya matax. Na pia ni sasa hiyo kazi inapasha kuwa ni kazi umetumika na wewe umelipa tax. Hapo ndo unapasha enda kujaza kwa matax. Go ahead.
And if you are curious or if you want to know should I be filing a tax return, you can go online to the irs.gov and type in, do I need to file a tax return? There's a questionnaire. You answer the questions and it will let you know if you should file a tax return or not for this year.
Hari niba ufite amatsiko cyangwa se impungenge zo kumenya ko niba ushobora kuba wasaba cyangwa se leta yakugarura amataxi, ushobora kujya ku rubuga rwabo, turaza gushira kuri screen yawe kugira ngo urebe, hari ibibazo bakubaza ukamenya ko bitewe n'uko bisubiza ukamenya ko niba wemerewe kuba wasaba amataxi muri leta bitewe nayo wagiye ugarurira leta cyangwa se n'imisoro wagiye ugarurira leta.
Hapa napo sasa yeye ameongea, amesema kama wewe haujui, kama wewe hauelewi vizuri, kama hujakuwa tayari, labda hujaelewa vizuri kwamba unapasha jaza mataxi. Amesema kuna website irs.gov. Hiyo ni website, ukiingia kwa hiyo website yao na ukijaza tu kama do I need to file a tax. Hiyo hapo ni kwa Kiingereza. Najua kuna watoto wetu wako watasaidia labda wazazi. Lakini ukijaza hivyo tu itakuonesha kuna maswali, kuna vitu watakuonesha na utatoka hapo umeelewa vizuri ya kwamba wewe unapaswa jaza kwa matax.
So now the what. What forms must be filed? Well, the federal form 1040 is the standard tax return form that will need to be filled out. And then any supporting schedules, maybe a schedule 1, 2, or 3, or a schedule A through E, F, G. The schedules are the information that show and flow onto the page 1 and page 2 of your 1040, along with any state-specific form. For Kentucky, that would be the 740. And then for Indiana, just to kind of cover our local areas, the IT-40.
Yes, noneho niki ugomba kujyanira aba bantu bategura cyangwa se ugiye gusaba kugarura amataxi. Hari impapuro bita 1040 cyangwa se 1040 bango niko urwo rupapuro rwitwa muri leta nirwo ujyanira abo bantu bagutegurira amatax ariko shobora kuba zitandukanye kuko muri Kentucky bazita 740 cyangwa se 740 mu gihe muri Indiana leta ya Indiana bayita IT40 urumva rero zose ariko icyo zigamije nugira ngo bagufa ari bazuzuze kugira ngo ubashe kubona amatax yawe mu gihe wabashije gusora imisoro wabashije gutanga imisoro yemewe muri leta.
Na pia alikuwa anaongelea kuhusu swali ya pili au jambo la pili ni nini sasa ya kupeleka au ni nini ya kujaza, utajaza nini? Na ametuelewesha kwamba kuna fomu wanaita 1040, hiyo 1040 ni fomu moja unapaswa jaza na wale wa kukusaidia wanapaswa jaza hiyo. Na kisha kuna schedule, kuna yenye wanaita schedule. Kwa hivyo mataxi kuna schedule moja kufika kwa schedule 3, wala kuna schedule A kufika kwa schedule F, wala zinaweza zikaongezeka. Sasa hizo ni dokima au ni karatasi au wenyewe wale wa kukusaidia na kujaza mataxi au wanaelewa wanapasha jaza hizo dokima. Na kisha sasa hapa Kentucky kuna fomu moja wanaita 740 au 740 ni fomu ya hapa Kentucky na hiyo yenyewe state ya Indiana wanaita IT40. Sasa hizo dokima za muhimu labda umeziona kwa screen yako, ndo dokima za muhimu wale wa kusaidia na kujaza mataxi wanapasha jaza.
And between between those forms, the 1040 and your state form, it should paint the financial picture for the year for you. So it should show your income, your expenses, and then any eligible credits that you may be or may qualify for. So just a financial snapshot of the year.
Yes, kuri yo 1040 cyangwa se icyo gipapuro leta utuyemo itanga cyemewe ushobora kuba hazaho uburyo wakoresheje amafaranga yawe, ushobora kuba ayo wakoreye mu mwaka cyangwa se ayo ideni urimo cyangwa se mbega amafaranga yose wakoresheje cyangwa se waba warungutse umwaka wose.
Na hiyo karatasi amesema 1040, hiyo form wanaita 1040 au 1040. Hiyo inapaswa onesha kabisa ni pesa ngapi umeingiza kwa mwaka wala umepoteza pesa. Hiyo 1040 au 1040 inapaswa onesha kama ni foto yako ya mali yako kwa mwaka wote mzima, pesa zenye zimeingia, pesa zimetoka. Hiyo ndo yenye wanaita 1040.
So on to the what. What documents will you need to file your tax return? You will need all and any forms that report income that you have received throughout the year. Those are commonly a W-2 or reported on a 1099 for interest, dividends, or maybe an investment statement, or Social Security income, which could also be on a 1099, or any other non-employee compensation. If you've received any IRS forms or letters with a summation of income, you want to report, you'll need that. And you will also need your supporting expenses. So property taxes paid, state taxes paid, contributions to your local nonprofit. You'll want to make sure you have a statement for those as well.
Yes, ikindi kugira ngo bakuzurize aya matax nuko ugomba kuba ufite W2 cyangwa se wa kabiri. Nuvuga urupapuro rugaragaza amafaranga winjije, n'urupapuro uhabwa n'umukoresha wawe rugaragaza amafaranga wakoreye muri icyo gihe cy'umwaka. Icyo ni icyambere. Ikindi niba ufite wenda nka investment cyangwa se hari ibikorwa ukora biyemewe na leta, mvuga ngo ubitangira amataxi, rero nabyo ugomba kugaragaza urupapuro bita 1099 cyangwa se 1099 kugira ngo narwo ube bagufasha kugira ngo ugaruzwe amataxi watanze muri iyo business yawe. Ikindi niba ufata amafaranga leta itanga ya social security, nayo ushobora kuba wayagaruzwa bitewe n'ukuntu angana. Ikindi nanone kuri mwebwe mufite amazu, kuko muyishyurira amataxi, nabwo mushobora kuba mwasaba amataxi, kugaruzwa amataxi mwagiye mutanga kuri iyo nzu, ndetse n'ibindi byose ugenda utangaho amataxi cyangwa se wishyura ariko watanze amataxi byemewe bijya muri leta, ushobora kuba wagaruzwa amataxi yose watanze mu gihe cy'umwaka. Ibyo rero ni bimwe mu mpapuro zemewe ushobora kwereka aba bakora amataxi kugira ngo babyuzuze, ubone rero kuba wasaba amataxi kugira ngo amwe mu mataxi watanze akugarukire.
Na pia ameongelea kidogo kuhusu sasa ni dokima gani au ni karatasi gani unapasha peleka ukienda kujaza yako ya mataxi. Kuna karatasi ya kwanza inatoka kwa ule mwenye unatumikia au company yako, ni W2. Hiyo wanaita W2, unapasha peleka hiyo. Kabla ya kwenda kujaza yako mataxi, unapasha kuwa na hii W2. Na kisha kuna form wanaita 1099. Hiyo ni form nayo ni karatasi kama wewe umemtumikia moto fasi nyingine, kama acha tuseme uko na kazi mbili, kuna fasi umetumika na wamekulipa, wanapasha kupatia hiyo 1099. Hiyo 1099 hiyo form wanaita 10 hiyo ndo ya kupeleka kama wewe ni mtu umetumikia fasi nyingine tofauti na company yenyewe, na huyo mtu amekulipa pesa juu ya 600. Na kisha kuna dokima zote au karatasi zote zimetokea kwa IRS. Kama kuna karatasi zimetoka kwa IRS, labda ni barua wamekuandikia, labda ni dokima zimetoka kwa IRS, hizo zote unapaswa peleka ukienda kujaza yako mataxi. Na kisha kama wewe ni mtu uko na nyumba, kama uko na nyumba yako, kuna zile mataxi pesa unakuanga unalipa moja kwa moja kuendeleza za hiyo loan au mortgage yako. Hapo hizo dokima zote zinaendana na nyumba, hizo zote unapaswa peleka ili uoneshe ni pesa ngapi umetoa kwa hii mwaka ili serikali kurudishie. Wala kama ni mtu unahitaji umetoa pesa, umesaidia watu, hizo statement zote za watu ambaye umesaidia, labda inaweza kawa ni shirika kama hii yetu, labda inaweza kawa non-profit, zile pesa unatoa kwa kanisa au fasi nyingine, hizo dokima zote unaweza ukazipeleka ukienda kujaza kwa mataxi.
And if you feel that you should have received a document but you do not have a copy, we can always go online to the IRS and request a tax transcript, because your company you're working for, or if you've paid taxes to the state or property taxes, that should also be reported to the IRS. So they should have a copy of your tax transcript and they can provide you that information.
Yes, niba utarabonye icyo gipapuro kikwemera kujya gusaba amataxi, ushobora no kujya ku rubuga rwa IRS, urubuga ikigo cya leta gitanga cyangwa se cyishyuza imisoro, ukaba wabasaba kuguha kopi k'urundi rupapuro rukwerekana ko wagiye utanga amataxi, kuko ikigo ukoramo nacyo gitanga raporo muri IRS. Rero ushobora gukura urwo rupapuro muri IRS mu gihe utarubonye ruhawe n'umukoresha wawe.
Lakini amesema kuna wakati labda karatasi moja zinakuwa zinachelewa kufika kwako. Sihangaike, kwa sababu ukienda kwa website pia unaweza kaona labda inawezekana ni company umetumikia, lakini bado hawajakutumia hizo W2 au karatasi zingine. Ukiingia kwa website yao ya IRS, unaweza kupewa au unaweza kupata hizo karatasi zote zenye unahitaji.
So now we're on to when. When do you need to file your tax return by? So April 18th of 2022 is the due date for your 2021 tax return. Usually it's April 15th, but this year it falls on the Monday, April 18th. You are eligible, as everyone is, for a 6-month extension. So you can file in a six-month extension. That's an extension to file, not an extension to pay. So if you owe taxes, those will need to be paid as well by April 18th. The 6-month extension would put you out to October 15th of 2022.
Ubu ngubu habayemo impinduka mwe musanzwe muzi ko igihe cya nyuma cyo gutangaho amatax ari ukwa kane tariki 15 ariko ubu ngubu bongejeho navuga ko ari iminsi 3 kuko bizarangira ku wa mbere kwezi kwa kane tariki 18 niho kuzuza izi mpapuro za amatax zizarangira ariko niba ushobora gusaba kuba byakongezwa ariko nubundi ni wonge kongezwa bizongera bizagwa mu kwezi did you say September? October. Bikagwa mu kwezi kwa 10 kugira ngo ubashe kuba wabona amatax yawe.
Na wamesema sasa ni lini utajaza hii matax lini? Kawaida kama umeshapewa zile karatasi zote, umeshapokea hizo, unaweza kuanza process ya kujaza kwa matax. Lakini kawaida wanakuwa wanasema mwezi wa 4 tarehe 15 ndo mwisho, ndo hapo unapaswa kuwa jaza yako ya matax. Lakini pia kwa sababu hii mwezi wa 4 tarehe 15 itakuwa ishaishiwa, itabidi watie iwe tarehe 18 ya mwezi wa 4. Sasa mwisho wa kujaza yako matax inapaswa kuwa tarehe 18 za mwezi wa 4. Lakini kama we labda ni mgonjwa, labda una ingine tatizo na uwezo kujaza hii, unaweza kaomba ruhusa ili wakuongezee muda, na hiyo inaweza kawa miezi 6. Sasa hapo unaweza kujaza yako matax mwezi wa 10 tarehe 15, lakini hiyo ni kitu unapasha omba na unapasha elewa mapema kama umepitisha hiyo hiyo tarehe 18 15 za mwezi wa 4, na ndo mwisho ndo utaenda kuomba extension, haitakubali, itabidi wewe ujaze hiyo mapema.
So now on to where can I file my tax return? Well, you could file it yourself. The IRS provides a free service or a free option. You can find that online at the irs.gov, free file. There's also VITA, that's VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. If your income is under a certain threshold, you can file for free there. There's a couple locations downtown Louisville. Or you could file with a CPA or an EA. An EA is an enrolled agent, so someone licensed by the IRS to perform tax returns. And then a CPA, who's a certified public accountant, like myself, licensed by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and we could file your tax return on your behalf.
Yes, no tugiye ni hehe ushobora kuba wakuzuriza basaba kuzurizwa amatax yawe. Hari mugihe ushobora kuzuza amatax yawe wowe ubwawe ushobora kuyuzuriza mu gihe wajya ku rubuga rwa IRS akadomo free file, ushobora mu gihe wowe wumva ubishoboye wabyuzuriza, cyangwa se ukajya kuburi hari aba volontaire cyangwa se abakoranabushake ushobora kujyaho bakaba bakuzuriza ariko kuri income ntoya niko yavuze, cyangwa se nanone ukajya kuri kubo bitaba CPA, nuvuga ngo na abemewe muri leta kuba bashobora gufasha abantu kuzuza amatax mu buryo butandukanye.
Na swali kinamhusia ni where wala ni wapi utaenda kujaza yako matax. We mwenyewe unaweza kujaza matax kama unaelewa kupitia hiyo website ya IRS, unaweza kujaza matax we mwenyewe. Sio kazi ngumu, unaweza kujaza hiyo. Na wala unaweza kumtafutisha mtu ambaye ni CPA, Certified Public Accountant, au watu ukiona mtu akienda kujaza yako matax, unaona mtu ni CPA, hapo anaruhusa, anaelewa, anajua kazi ambaye hapo anafanya. Wala ni EA, hapo panaandikiwa E na A. Huyo mtu naye ni mtu ambaye ako na certificate au ambaye anaweza kukusaidia na anajua kabisa kisi ya kujaza ya matax. Sio kila mtu, najua mida kama hii kuna watu wengi wanajitambua, wanajitoa, leo kesho nakutana mimi najaza nasaidia watu na matax. Hakikisha tafadhali ujue kama huyu mtu ni CPA au huyu mtu ni EA, huyu mtu anajua kazi ambayo anakusaidia nayo.
And the last W, why? Why file your tax return at all? Well, if you're entitled to a tax refund, filing your tax return is the best way to get that money back that you're deserved. It also helps you avoid any penalties or interest, and it lets you know if you owe taxes. Also, you're able to take advantage of any credits that may be available, such as the earned income credit or the child tax credit.
Yes, none ikibazo tugezeho ni kubera iki twuzuza amatax. Icyambere niba utanga imisoro muri leta ubugomba nawe kuzuza amatax kugira ngo ugarurirwe muri ya mafaranga amwe muri ya mafaranga watanze nk'imisoro. Kuko igihe uramutse utayujuje hari ibihano ushobora kuba wahura nabyo. Nizo ushobora guhura n'ingaruka. Ikindi ni ukugira ngo dusabe cyangwa se dusabe kugaruzwa amwe mu mafaranga twagiye dutanga haba ku nguzanyo cyangwa se andi mafaranga twagiye dukoresha ariko tuyatanzeho imisoro cyangwa se dutanze imisoro mu buryo bwemewe muri leta.
Kisha mwisho amegusia juu ya nini sasa unapasha jaza hapo matax. Unapasha jaza matax kama wewe ni mtu umetumikia company na walikuwa wanakukata pesa za tax. Hapo unapasha jaza ili serikali ikurudishie hizo pesa zenye umelipa kwa sababu ni pesa zako. Na kisha unapasha jaza kwa sababu kuna makosa yani serikali inaweza ikatoa pesa au inaweza ikakucharge interest. Kama wewe ni mtu umesahau kama haukujaza kwa mataxi, serikali inaweza ikaja kwako inasema inakwambia au inaonyesha kwamba umetumika lakini hukujaza mataxi. Jambo la tatu ni kama kuna yenye wanaita credit. Kama wewe uko na watoto, kama uko na familia, unapasha jaza ili upewe pesa kutoka kwa serikali. Hizo credit ni pesa serikali inatia pembeni nasema hizi zitaenda kusaidia watu kisi njia hii au njia nyingine. Alright, thank you so much, mate.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. But I still have some questions. Reka mbaze ikibazo bimwe mu bibazo abantu biwacu tukunda kugira urugero nitangiye urugero wenda napuritse umwana byitwa kireminga umwana wo mu yindi state dutandukanyije adresse. Ese icyo si cyaba ikibazo kuba namukireminga ntacyo mufasha kandi dutandukanyije adresse?
Well, that's the question. In our communities, some of the communities that we work with, we do have several people. Sometimes they go get their taxes prepared, and since they know about these credits, then they will use kids from different states. So they'll say, this is a nephew, this is my kid. Although they are not supporting them financially, but they are claiming them as if they are their own kid. Is there anything you can say about that?
Yes. To claim a dependent, you should be providing their support. You don't want to claim a dependent that you're not providing at least 50% of their support for the year.
Kugira ngo uclaiming ibyo mwita guclaiminga umwana nukuba umufasha byibuze 50% mu buzima bwe bwa buri munsi cyangwa ibimugendaho 50% by'ibumugendaho ku mwaka niho ushobora kuba wavuga ati uyu mwana reka muclaiminge ku mataxi yanyu kugira ngo nzabone amataxi menshi nkuko abenshi muri twere dukunda kubikora.
Swali ya Fatih ameuliza swali kwa Kinyarwanda lakini kwa wale ambao wanasikia Kiswahili. Fatih ameuliza kuna masituasio tunaonaga watu anaenda kujaza mataxi na anatia mtoto na mtoto aishi mu state yenye kwenye unaishi. Wewe wanakuambia tu unaweza kumjaza huyu mtoto itakuongezea pesa. Sasa jibu yake anasema hiyo ni kosa au pashi fanya hivyo. Unapasha jaza mtoto kama umemlipia wala umemsaidia bitu kwa mwaka zaidi ya 50 kwa 100. Yaani kama vyote venye ametoa kwa mwaka mzima wewe ndio umemsaidia na umelipa na umetoa pesa juu ya 50% au 50 kwa 100, hapo ndo unaweza ukamchezea huyo mtoto.
Ikindi kibazo cya nyuma kugira ngo turangize iyi gahunda no kuvuga ngo abenshi bakoreye amafaranga menshi ku mwaka wenda nk'urugero ibihumbi 60, abenshi tuziko utagarurirwa amataxi menshi. Fashe mbonye W2 wenda ebyiri, imwe ni ibihumbi 40, indi ni ibihumbi wenda 20. Noneho ngiye gusaba yazanguzanyo ntanze ibihumbi 40, ya indi ibihumbi 20 ndayibitse kugira ngo nzagarurirwe amafaranga menshi. Icyo gihe byo ntago ari ikibazo, se ntago umuntu yahanwa na leta, aho bigenda bite?
The question is, we know that sometimes people just decide not to claim or not to provide the whole information because they are under the impression that you make more money or you get refund if you report less money than in income. So we've seen situations where you work 2 jobs and then you provide one W2 and you keep another one so that you can get you can earn more money. Is there anything that you can recommend to people doing that?
Yes. Our whole system is based on checks and balances. So if your employer is going to report all the income because they're required to, and they have big penalties if they do not. So if you're only reporting half of your income, you will more than likely get in trouble and get caught for doing that because it's a check and balance system. So there's almost 2 or 3 different types of checks and balances that go into place to catch that type of, I don't want to say fraud, but to catch that type of activity.
Yes, igisubizo cye nuko ibyo byose bihanwa n'amategeko kuko ari umukoresha wawe atanga raporo muri leta ndetse akaguha nawe ibigaragaza ko watanze amataxi. Niba utanze kimwe nuvango izo raporo zawe zombi ari W2 ibihumbi 40 ndetse n'iya 20 zombi ziri muri leta. Mu gihe utazitanze zombi rero ushaka kugira ngo ubone amafaranga menshi, birumvikana ko ari fraude, icyo gihe waba uzanye kandi bihanwa n'amategeko.
Swali ilikuwa ni kwa wale watu ambaye unakutana mtu ametumika kazi mbili. Nafasi moja amelipwa pesa acha tuseme 40,000, nafasi nyingine amelipwa wamempatia W2 inaonyesha 20,000. Kisha sasa watu wanajua ya kwamba mimi nikiripoti sasa mimi nikienda kujaza hayo mataxi nitaripoti tu pesa dogo ili serikali nirudishie pesa kuliko kulipa pesa mimi. Na sasa jibu yake imeonyesha kwamba serikali inajua vizuri. Hapo kwa kazi wanaripoti kwa IRS, wanaripoti ya kwamba wewe umetumikia hizi pesa. Ndio maana wanakupatia hiyo W2. Ukificha hiyo ni kazi yako kwa sababu serikali inajua hii nchi ya Marekani ni checks and balance. Serikali inajua vizuri ya kwamba wewe umeingiza hizi pesa, umepewa hizi pesa, sasa jaza we peleka tu hizo ripoti zote, hizo W2 zako zote. I also do have a question whenever I get done, Fatih.
Just go ahead.
Swali yangu ilikuwa, I do need to ask this question in English so that you know what I'm asking. Net, we do have situations. Obviously, we do have some people who have been getting money from the government for the credits, child credit and all that. And so, is there in a general sense, what do they supposed to report? I'm assuming you touched on that, but what about the people who haven't gotten the credit? Is that the money that they really deserve? Should they be following up with the tax preparer about that?
Yes. So the advanced child tax credit that went out mid-year last year, if you received those credits, the IRS had until the end of January, they were going to mail out a form, a 2106, to show how much that they sent you throughout the year of 2021. You're allowed to then claim the other half of that income. If you have not received any of that at all, you need to definitely follow up with your tax preparer and let them know that you received no advanced tax payments. And that way, you are entitled to get all of that money when you file your tax return.
Yes, ikibazo cya Kevin cyavuga ko hari bamwe muri twe bagiye babona amafaranga ava muri leta, noneho mu gihe cyo kusaba kugaruzwa amatax ushobora kuba utarabonye mu rupapuro ruva muri IRS rugaragaza ayo wabonye, nanone ushobora kuba rufite ukajya guclaiminga cyangwa se ukaruha umuntu ugufasha kuza amatax. Mu gihe utarubonye nanone ushobora kumubwira ko utigeze urubona, noneho akagira ibyo yuzuzaho we abizi nk'umuntu ubimenyereye, ariko mu gihe urufite ukaba warutanga. Reka mbifurize ibihe byiza mwe mwakurikiye C4 TV, ariko ikintu navuga kugira ngo mbere yo gusoza, Nate yadusobanuriraga byinshi kubijyanye n'amataxe, ariko wowe aba ari uwo muri Ruvu cyangwa se Kentucky yose ndetse na hano muri Amerika, ntago twabatandukanye n'abantu musanzwe mwizeye abakorera amataxe, ahubwo kugira ngo tubashe gusobanukirwa neza, tumenye uyu muntu adukorera amataxe yemewe na leta cyangwa se hari ibindi ashiramo kugira ngo tubone amafaranga menshi, ariko bikazatugirira ingaruka mu buzima buri imbere, kuko kujyana n'ikibazo na leta atari ibintu byiza byangiriza ahazaza h'abantu. Rero turabashimiye mwe mwakomeje kutuba hafi, mwakomeje kurikira kamera za C4 TV. Turakeka ko muzajya musobanukirwa cyangwa se muhitamo abakoresha amataxi neza, mwitonze kugira ngo mutabwa mu bibazo bitandukanye. Thank you so much.
Ngoja cyane Fati akuwa naongea ya kwamba ameshukuru, lakini na mimi kwa kumaliza kando tunamalizia kwa wale ambao mnasikia Swahili, tulikuwa tunawajulisha kwamba tumeleta huyu mtu ili atupatie mawazo, atujuishe, sio kusema kwamba utaachana na wale watu wenye wako wanakusaidia yako ya mataxi. Tumeona tulete mtu mwingine ambaye ni CPA anafanya hii kazi, ili tafadhali we ujue, hata kama ukienda kwa huyo mtu ambaye anakusaidia, we mwenyewe ujue ni nini, ni vitu gani mimi nahitaji, kuliko kuenda tu na hao wenye wanakusaidia na mataxi ndio wenyewe watajua kila kitu. We mwenyewe tafadhali, we mwenyewe jua unasimamia wapi au ni nini inahitajika kutoka kwako, ili upewe hiyo msaada ukijua kwamba wala kusiwe mtu ataenda kukuiba. So here's what we were just telling people. We do have some people who do taxes around in different communities. We were just letting people know that we're not asking them to go away from their people who prepare taxes, but we thought it would be very important for us to kind of give people an overview. What is it that you should be looking for?
Correct.
What is it that you really should expect as you go to get your help with your tax preparer? At least you know what you deserve, what to expect. So this was the point of this conversation, but we are so glad that you joined us. I used DMLO, organization used DMLO. Sisi kama shirika tunatumia wanatusaidia. Ni company nzuri sana, it's a good company. It's a very professional company. But again, remember, we're not splitting you from your loved ones, those who have prepared taxes for you for quite some time. We just wanted to give you the knowledge that you deserve so that nobody will take advantage of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Aha niho ikiganiro twagiranaga na Nante kirangiriye, kandi twifuza ko mwakoresha amatax nta zindi nkurikizi zizaho nyuma. Ikindi, DMLO nayo ni company ikora amatax neza, ariko ntago tugamije gutandukanya no wahisemo cyangwa se n'umuntu ukora amatax mu gihe nta kindi kibazo cyazamo nyuma. Rero ndabashimiye ari mwebwe twakoranye ikiganiro, kandi nshimiye namwe mwadukurikiranye. Ikindi ikiganiro kuri C4 TV na hazaza, kandi dukomeje kubategura ibintu byiza. C4 irahari ku bwanyu. Thank you so much all of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.